I'm Amrath Haris. I've secured an All India Rank 5 in the recent CA final examinations conducted in November 2024. I have been a resident of UAE for the past 20 years and have grown up in the UAE. During my school days, I decided that I'm not very interested towards science, basically biology or chemistry, but I was very fond of numbers. So I thought, what is it that I can do where numbers are involved and also critical thinking involved around numbers? So that actually led me up to commerce and the possibilities, endless possibilities in the fields of commerce. And that's when I reached chartered accountancy. I don't think I reached chartered accountancy in grade 10th. So in grade 10th, my intention was something around numbers and I chose commerce. So I think in 11th, I was thinking about the opportunities, what is CA, CMA, or should I do ACCA? And to mention that my sister was already pursuing chartered accountancy then. So that I had a base. So I had my sister who had already researched about all these possibilities, and when I spoke with her, I spoke with my mentors, and then finally around 11th, 12th, I decided that CA is what I'm going to do and that should be my career. CA has its own struggles. So if I say any course for that matter has its own struggles, I cannot say that all other courses are easy. No, every course has its own set of struggles, and my CA journey was definitely a bumpy journey, but I think everyone's is. No one who completed CA is going to say like, oh, it was a piece of cake or it was very easy. No one, nothing is easy. But what helps you reach there is the fact that first of all, you've chosen the course by yourself, that it is your interest, you actually want to do CA. So if you actually want to do it, you will put in the effort. So when you put in the effort, the results go. I believe that when you put in enough efforts, the Almighty will definitely reward you with the results. So the challenge first of all is the pass percentage. When we say that only 10% or 13% of the students who write the examination passes an examination, that itself shows how much of a struggle that is. So that is the first challenge, and the second challenge is the negativity that surrounds you. When a student says, okay, I'm going to take CA, the first thing that your relatives tell you is that, oh, it's a very difficult course, this X and Y person took it and they didn't pass that particular course. Why do you want to go there and spend like 5 or 10 years of your life and reach nowhere in your life? So all those negativity, first if you've chosen a course, be it CA or be it any other difficult course that you're going to choose, if you've chosen a course, make sure that you are onto that, and whatever the others around you tell, that it doesn't matter. Whatever effort you put in, you will get the results, and that's what did for my case also. Being a rank holder in such an examination is actually a surreal moment. When we say like for school, okay, I was a rank holder at school or a group of schools, but to be a rank holder at an all India level, to say that okay, all over India this number of people wrote and you are an All India Rank 5 or an All India Rank 10, that actually feels like a surreal moment to say, oh, I am put 5 on an All India level. Okay, that is such a great moment. But I think more than that, you feel happy when people that you actually care about are happy for you. So when I looked at my result, I was elated, I was beyond happy. But when I saw my father and mother react to the results, my parents were in tears, they were happy. And then the first person I called was my manager in my office, and the way he reacted. So I was like, okay, I was able to make so many people proud who actually cared for me. So that I think matters more than a number as a result. So that is what that made me most happy, and I think that would be the case for many of us. For CA, one of the difficulties, as it was asked earlier, was also the fact that you have to manage your work with your studies, because we have a compulsory articleship period wherein we have to work under a CA. So you're going for work, but at the time also you have to study, you have to parallelly study. So what happens is, for me, I used to watch classes first 2 hours in the morning, go to the office, come back from the office, and then again watch classes for 2 hours. So I used to make sure that wherever I was in office, so you have to visit client places, so wherever I visited, which time I came back, it didn't matter if I came back at 8 at night or 9 at night. I used to make sure that I watched 2 hours of class at night and 2 hours of class in the morning. So that made sure that I completed all my classes 1 year in advance. So my exam was November 2024. I can say by December 2023, all my classes was done. So the only thing that was left was self-study. Definitely for self-study, I mainly focused on the last 6 months study break that I had taken, but also before the study break itself, I had fixed what are the subjects, how am I going to study each subject, what are the faculty notes I'm going to refer, what are the resources. So a rough plan should be there before you enter your study break, and once you enter your study break, definitely a clear, well-defined plan should be there. Okay, this is also another difficult part of being a CA or pursuing a CA journey, the stress factor of it. I think what causes stress is the fact that you are focused, you are hyper focused to be specific on one thing for that last 6 or 5 to 6 months of your life, and you are actually thinking, will it be worth it? What am I doing? And also you see, you are at that age, so I am 22, so I am at that age where all of my friends are in different parts of life. Some are married, some have settled abroad, some have already gotten jobs, and I am here studying. So you end up thinking, okay, we were all together in 12th and all of them are way far ahead of me. So I think it's your intrusive thoughts winning over you. First of all, try to remain calm and try to be in an environment wherein you have people to talk to. So anything you feel, you should have one person, if it's your friend, if you're comfortable with your family, however, to go and speak to that person, and that person should be able to give you that comfort. So first of all that, and secondly, to maintain a schedule helps. So every day when you wake up and you know that this is how your day is going to be, it also gives you a source of comfort. Okay, I know how this day is going to end, or I know how it's going to go. So that planning, yes, definitely. And also don't let your thoughts win over you. One thing that helped me was I had uninstalled both LinkedIn and Instagram from my phone. The reason is not that I cannot control scrolling. I know how much to use phone and everything, but the problem here is that LinkedIn is full of toxic positivity. I would say like that person has achieved this person has achieved that. I mean, we would be happy for them in a normal scenario, but when you're stuck at home and when you're studying towards something, unsure about how your result would end up, you wouldn't actually be happy for that person. Even though inside you're happy, you would actually feel frustrated by is everyone achieving and I am not achieving something. So I would say like block all such things that would give that feeling of inferiority to you. So be it Instagram, be it LinkedIn, or whatever source you're using, or be it some of your friends. Even if you have to cut out friends who are not beneficial to you, that also you should do for your future and for your benefit. For any competitive exam for that matter, planning is the first step. So plan in stages, I would say. So if you have 5 months for a course, so first you have to plan roughly how those 5 months are going to go. Like let's say 20 days I'm allotting for this subject, 15 days for this subject based on the difficulty of your subject. So once you've made a rough plan for those 5 months, including the number of revisions that you're going to cover in those 5 months, and then break down as to take subject wise, how am I going to select one subject. So that critical planning, I think planning is the most critical stage, and also very detailed planning. So first, once you made a rough plan, then go detailed as to how much of days I require for a particular subject. Okay, let's say taxation, how much days I require for taxation. And then what am I going to do in those 15 days or 20 days I've allotted to taxation? How am I going to select chapters? How am I going to select subjects? So for me, at least each subject when I picked up, I made sure that the plan for those 15 days of subject was there with me. And also when you're making the plan, give your brain room, because it's human, you're human, your brain is human. So it's not a machine. It will not be able to work continuously without rest. And also at the same time, there will be days wherein it is low. There will be highs and lows. So plan for those highs and lows as well in these 15 days. So that is one thing. Secondly, I already told about how you should not let the intrusive thoughts win over you and you should stay focused. So that is it. And also the number of revisions, because CA or any other course for that matter, when the course is vast, you should make sure that the number of revisions are more, because for CA at least we have 1 day gap between each exam. So if you are writing 6 exams, you have 1 day gap between each exam. So to actually finish the entire syllabus in that 1 day is impractical. It's impossible, definitely. But if you have revised like 3 or 4 times, you know what exactly to look at that in that 1.5 days, so that you will be able to you will be ready for the exam in that 1.5 days. I think when you are a rank holder, you get an upper hand at least in the initial few months, wherein a lot of companies approach you. You were shortlisted to more companies than just a qualified CA. But I think at the end of the day, after that stage, maybe after the initial 3 to 4 months, it all depends on your skill set and how you market yourself and how you present yourself. They can give you the opportunities for the interview, but they can't attend the interview for you. It is your skill set, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, and your knowledge that matters. Just like all other professions, I think the CA profession is also impacted a lot by technology. So I guess financial technology, data analytics, forensic accounting would be the next big things. But also I think this ESG reporting and sustainable reporting is a buzzword now, and a lot of companies are actually focused to moving towards sustainability and sustainability reporting. So that would be a good field to choose. And definitely risk assessment, internal audit, statutory audit was important then and is important now, and I feel like it will continue to be relevant in the future years. It has impacted the CA profession, I think, in both positive and a negative way. But I feel like the next generation audit, like we study in audit, would be human-led, tech-powered, and data-driven, to actually quote these sentences from our textbook. So when we say that, we understand that the technology, the tools, the AI or whatever, it will actually help audit and it will aid audit if it is planned in such a way. It will help us to actually increase the efficiency of us. We'll be able to finish audits quicker. Also, like ensuring that it is accurate, and all these, the AI tools can actually aid you and help you. But for that, it's also important that the professionals in the field upskill, and they are actually they upskill themselves, and they stay relevant in the ever evolving technology and the ever evolving world. Time management is actually the most crucial part, because even this attempt, I saw a lot of my friends say that they were not able to complete the paper in 3 hours. Okay, that is one time management. The second time management is like you get 5 months and you have to study those 6 vast subjects. That is another aspect of time management. So everywhere this is planning's place, and also planning and execution. Even those 3 hours, you should be able to plan what you do for each minute of those 3 hours. By minute, I actually mean minute. So if you have like 6 questions or 7 questions, you should know how much time each question is going to take and how you are going to write that question, how much time you will allow to read that question, how much time you will allow to write that question. And also to practice time management of those 3 hours, you have to write mock papers. It is very important. And even time management in the general sense, when you study, also make sure that, okay, for a chapter you allotted 3 hours, make sure that chapter gets done in those 3 hours if that chapter is only worth 3 hours, because we have marking, we know how much marks a chapter is going to contain. So from that chapter, if that chapter only deserves 3 hours, make sure you complete in those 3 hours. So that is very important, because then only will you be able to complete the course in 5 or 6 months and ensure maximum revision, and that will definitely help you for your exam. My first advice would be to introspect where it went wrong. I have a lot of friends who said like, okay, now bygones are bygones, I'll start fresh. I know that's a very good mentality, that will help you to learn more and everything. But if you don't know where you made your mistake, what are you going to correct in your next attempt? You will keep on repeating the mistakes. So maybe go for the RTI, take your papers, look where you went wrong in the papers, analyze where you went wrong in the preparation stage. So both of this will actually help you to understand where you went wrong and what you need to correct. Also try to learn from others' mistakes and let alone your mistakes, because when we say don't wait for yourself to make all the mistakes and then learn from it. Ask your seniors where they went wrong. For in my case, in my office there were a lot of seniors who said me what not to do, and I feel like it is equally important. To learn what not to do is equally important as to learn what to do. So learn from your seniors, ask them what did they do wrong, why did they not clear in the first attempt, or what happened in their second attempt, and what went right when they ultimately cleared. So take lessons and implement those lessons in your own journey, and make sure to learn from your mistakes as well as from the others' mistakes. I think CA is a course that tests your mental strength. I would say more than how much you learn or the academic skills that you gain, it takes a lot of patience, perseverance, hard work. Patience definitely, because you have to sit through those 5 years thinking that one day I will be a CA and all this hard work will be worth it. And definitely goes for perseverance. And hard work, because how much of a skill set you have. I have seen like toppers in grade 10th and 11th and 12th failing CA examinations, because how much of a skill set you've already developed. If you're not ready to put in the hours for the CA examination, if you're not ready to actually make an impact and work hard towards that, it will not reward you. So definitely hard work would be my first go-to thing that I learned. But then definitely to manage multiple things at once. Time management, also multitasking, I would say. When you're going to office also, you're thinking about, okay, I have to go home and watch this class, study this particular subject. So actually maintaining multiple things at once, and hard work, and definitely patience as well. First thing, make sure that you want to do it. Because if others want to do it, say your parents, your relatives told you that it's a great course, and then you chose it, you will not be ready to or willing to put in the work that actually this course requires. So the only way, any field you choose, the only way you will work hard in that field is because you want to work hard in the field. Money is there, definitely money is secondary, but if you want to work for that 5 hours, if you want to stay motivated, you should actually make sure that it is your wish to be a CA. And secondly, ask about experiences of other people. Learn the both positive and negative aspects, because ask the people who have cleared the examination, so they'll give you both the positive insight about the course, and ask about the people who were not able to make up to it, or who were not able to pass, because they will tell you what they did wrong, and they will also tell you these are the negative aspects that you need to be prepared for. So when you already know that this is what is coming, then you are mentally prepared, and that will reflect in your studies, or that will reflect in how much effort you put in and how much results you achieve. It is very important to have a good mentor or coach. I am not talking about the academic perspective. Maybe if your conceptual clarity is not right, maybe you can read books and make it right. But to give you that direction, that is very important. For me, I think I had my sister who had gone through the same very recently. My sister is just 4 years elder to me, so she had gone through all of the aspects very recently, that she used to guide me. Okay, this, what you're doing is wrong, this is not the right way, or maybe if you do this, this will not be okay. So that, I would say, find someone initially, at least. Maybe final annual you can manage on your own, that is fine. The foundation, intermediate stage, you need someone who had actually cleared, or who had actually gone through the same phases, made mistakes, and actually guide you about where they went wrong, what you have to do to go right, and what is it about the course. Because someone, if you have an emotional support, that will definitely help you in the long run, to go in the long run, as they say. So just have someone with you whom you can trust, definitely whom you can trust, and whom you can lean back to. 3 tips. First one, believe in yourself. Because if the entire world says you can do it, but you don't believe that you can do it, then you will definitely not put in the effort that is required to do that particular task. So believe in yourself that if I work this much, I will be able to achieve my goal, whatever your goal is. Second work would be consistency is key. So you tell me you have studied 2 days, 16 hours each, or maybe 5 days, 8 hours each. I would prefer the 5 days, 8 hours each. Even if you put more hours in that 16 hours, 3 days, whatever. Because to actually come back to that momentum after you have taken 3 days, 4 days break, it would take you another 1 or 2 days. So that will be so much lack of efficiency. So consistency is key. Third point would be there is no substitute for hard work. We all say that smart work should go hand in hand with hard work. Everything is right, smart work on its way. But if you are not ready to put in the hours, if you are not ready to work hard, then smart work alone cannot achieve anything. It cannot make you reach the target that you want to reach. So smart work combined with hard work, but I would say comparatively hard work is more important than smart work.